I like this episode a lot of The Flash. You get to see Citizen Code come back in another version of Black Siren in Earth X, Siren X, which I didn't know she was coming to be in this episode. And DeVoe basically irate because he can't calculate human emotion, but he can calculate everything else. And The Flash, he can't actually outrun his feelings after Ralph's death. And Harry, you found out that Harry's intelligence is decreasing. It's crazy.
Man, Dr. Finkel, you better lose your job because Leo Snart, he is making all of them better. But man, this was a really good episode. Clifford DeVoe, bruh, you're an asshole, bro. Your wife is right there trying to love you, and you're over here worried about your work. What kind of man does that? Girl, if you need a man to treat you right here, girl. But man, this episode was so freaking excellent, man. Seeing Leo Snart again, Siren, it was all out. Bruh, I hated DeVoe then. I hate him even more. When they were sending Fallout to Fallout to Argus, he had the nerve to come in and change his voice to Dibney's hurting Barry and saying Ricky. Like, bruh, I'm so mad when he did that, bruh. I hated him so much, but man, Barry was irritating too in this episode. Like, bruh, you have all these emotions, man. Just let them out and be real, man. All right, this is my finals, part 3, okay? So, Harry, the dark matter about the thinking cap, it triggered a point in his brain to where he can't retain new memories. So it's kind of like an intelligence Alzheimer, basically. Like, he's losing his intelligence, actually. And Cisco, boy, you don't even try to put that on, bruh. They made one for Cisco. I don't even know why Harry even helped him if he was going to break it in the first place. But I'm glad he broke it. This episode was so freaking epic. Dev, he shined through the entire episode. I love Dev. He's awesome. Oh my god. Seg, Lyta, and Adam, they're like not bonding the way they used to. Because Seg, it doesn't really believe Adam, like, about his backstory and about, like, he doesn't even care. He finds out that Krypton is gonna be destroyed, and now that's messing with him. And they finally showed Doomsday. He looks so dope. Oh my god, he looks awesome.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's DJ, my brother Jamai.
What's good?
Here's me, Ramirez.
Kind of cool.
Bringing you our Justice Clubhouse podcast, season 3, episode 18.
Yo, he kind of jumped the gun.
Yeah, he did. He did it really quickly this time. We're going to be starting off with Supergirl, and this episode was titled In Search of Lost Time. Roll the clip. This week on Supergirl, Samantha comes to and has a recollection of asking Lena to help her. Lena tries to tell Samantha that she is Rain, but the latter continues to deny it. Lena gets advice from Jimmy to help her with Samantha. Team Supergirl try to help John stay strong while he deals with Myron's illness. Myron begins to meditate to ease his illness, but it causes telepathic aliens throughout the city to go mad. Kara stops one of them at the alien dive bar. John realizes that his father's meditation is responsible, but keeps it to himself. When Myron goes to the DEO with John, he meditates again, causing Kara to hurt mon-el. Win to nearly kill a fellow agent, and Alex nearly killing Win. When everything calms down, John tells Kara and Alex about Myron, and they promise to help him. Myron has another episode causing Kara to lash out at mon-el again. Alex outfits everyone with inhibitors Win created. When John tries to tell his father where one, Myron suffers another episode. This releases all the alien criminals they had locked up. Kara, mon-el, Alex, Jean, and Win work together to stop the aliens and restore order at the DEO. After seeing all the destruction he caused, Myron agrees to put on the inhibitor and embraces Jean. Myron apologizes to them all and they forgive him. Lena shows Samantha footage of her using her powers. After calling Ruby, Samantha tells Lena not to let her see her daughter until she is cured. Mon-el and Kara make amends and continue to train to get ready for Pestilence. As they fly across the city, they see birds drop dead. Now back to the Justice Clubhouse podcast. Sometimes.
The son becomes the father.
That's perfect.
That was like a very deep line.
I will. I second that because that's a very important line in terms of this episode. It was very heavy.
I'm not crying, dude.
I'm not crying. You're crying. Yeah. This episode was like Supergirl's getting really good at mixing the drama of it all with the action and the story. They're not tossing in like random relationship stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Even Win and Lena's thing, it makes sense.
You mean Jimmy?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Jimmy and Lena's storyline. They're like
it
makes sense with Samantha
story,
and stuff. So, yeah. So this episode was basically Myron centered. Is Myron right?
Mm-hmm. Myron.
His illness is kind of like Mern.
There's so many ways.
It's either Myron or Mern. Those sound the best.
It's Myron sounds the best in my ears.
And his his illness is just getting worse, and he's kind of like instilling memories and bad juju onto others just to kind of alleviate. Yeah, he's trying to alleviate himself from all that stuff that's going on. So it's more of like an honor thing. And it's kind of sucks because you understand it, but at the same time, it's like, dude, just let it go. You've been alive for 300 years or whatever John said, however old they are. And sometimes you just gotta let go. But he was like saying, but if I do that, if I strip away my dad's ability to use that power, it's stripping away his dignity. And you're like, ah!
Yeah.
Ah! It's like...
It's no more freedom.
Yeah. It's kind of like the episode of... Sorry, I'm talking about The Office here, but it's like when Holly was talking to Phyllis about her mom getting sick, and then Phyllis was like, you don't want to wait till the day your parents say that they can't take care of themselves.
Yeah.
And that's basically what Alex and Kara did this episode. They're like saying to John, if you wait, it's going to get worse. And it basically did, because those telepathic waves made Wynn nearly kill a fellow agent, and then Alex nearly killed Wynn, and then Kara nearly killed mon-el. It was just like...
Do you see the rocket launcher? That
was,
would have killed everyone.
That was insane.
A majority of the DO agents.
But it was a cape tricks.
Yeah. Those cape tricks, dude.
No insane. Capes. No capes, but yes capes in this case. But that was cool. Like,
sitting back.
Wynn was like, he's like, wait, can I say it? Suit up. When he first made mon-el's suit, that was... It looks amazing.
He said he fixed it. What did he have? I don't... I kind of want to... I'm kind of intrigued to see what he had before.
Yeah.
He said he fixed that suit, so he's already worn it.
He reskinned the black one, I think. The one that he wore before.
Oh, okay.
He just... I think he put it...
Cape?
Yeah, exactly. And that red, like... whatever material he put over it, because it was like leather-ish with a little armor on his arms.
Yeah.
Here it was more padded, and he probably has the most comic book accurate suit on this universe. Honestly, sure. It's very cool. Yeah, you could see like the Kryptonian crest kind of, without the
hope.
Yeah, but it still looks really awesome.
A little bit disrespect.
It wouldn't make sense. His name is already mon-el. They couldn't have kept him Largon.
He's not Kryptonian.
Exactly. He's Kryptonite.
Yes.
But I like that he owned up to everything. Like, Kara was laying it on him pretty brutal when she was affected by the telepathic waves.
He just took it. He's just like, yeah, I knew. I mean, I still know I'm an a-hole, or I was an a-hole.
And Jeremy said he even shed a tear. I didn't see that.
Oh, I gotta play that song. Wait. Let me just find it real quick.
He shed a tear.
Yeah. As he shed the tear, this song was playing. You know.
Girl's like, you're a jerk. You cheated on me. Blah blah blah.
This is.
Or you didn't cheat on me, but we were with another girl before you got married.
Just imagine that one tear. He shed one tear as she walks out. This music's so perfect. Okay. But yeah, it's crazy. Like what thousands of years can do to you.
Yeah, made him grow a lot.
Yeah. I'm memeing. I'm joking.
And it was he's very he's grown up for sure. I like that he was still, he kind of put that aside. He still taught her cape tricks, even though she beat his ass. And then she put it to use, and it was awesome. She was doing flips and taking out the very villains that took her 2 or 3 episodes to fight. Happened within minutes. Like, she took him down. But Myron caused quite a bit of havoc at the DEO by releasing some of those inmates by accident.
What I liked the most was the White Martian versus Jean.
That was insane.
Like, finally.
Jean took out all his frustration on that thing.
Yeah, he finally turned back into Martian.
Yeah. And he did his own cape tricks, and he did like those whole Super Saiyan fighting. Like, he was phasing through walls, and about time he got in on the action.
Instant transmission.
Yeah, that was really cool. And I like how he left Kara to deal with or tend to Myron, and she was like, "Oh, you gotta sometimes you just gotta let stuff go," and then the thing broke in her ear.
Let it happen.
Yeah,
and she's like, "Oh God,
oh no." And then the whole Samantha storyline, that was kind of hard to watch, but
yeah,
it had to be done. Lena's trying to help her, and I think the way that she did it was kind of. She did the Red Dragon thing. If you guys know that movie with we were just watching it the other day with Edward Norton and what do you call that, Hopkins?
Yeah.
She Red Dragoned Samantha.
Yeah,
She's basically berating her about everything to make her attack so that way she could
hashtag trigger warning. Basically,
yeah, exactly.
She got her triggered.
But that was kind of messed up because Lena was taking it. She was like, "Oh, you bring a patient to a doctor, they'll say you have cancer. You bring this to that, and if you bring me to a Luthor, they say you're a supervillain." I was like, "Oh, yeah. Ouch, burn." And then after some talking with Jimmy, which was a pretty cool scene, by the way. I like that they didn't just forget him. He actually had a
there's an ending to that storyline.
Yeah, part to play. And he was just like, sometimes you just got to help people look at themselves in the mirror. And then basically what she did. And it sucks because she had to tell her kid that she's contagious with her illness. And it must have been hard for her to tell Lena that. But she's like, don't tell me where she is because I'm going to find her.
Yeah.
So, and I also like that they still resolve the things between Kara and mon-el. They didn't try to, like, drag it on for another episode. It was just like, what? I said all those things, those are true, and then I was like, it is true, so let's just move forward and be friends and take out Pestilence. Or Pastilan. Who I thought we were going to see this episode, but I guess
thought it was
not.
the what's that?
Kalorian.
The Kalorian that was just like seizuring all over the floor, but that wasn't her.
That was such a dope fight scene, but the only thing I didn't understand is like the hits, unless Kara was like not even using like a percentage of her strength, why did that booth not break at the beginning?
I don't know. Maybe.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess it depends.
I guess the booth was worthy enough.
It's made out of like some super strong stuff. But yeah, the fight scenes are really getting good on this show for sure, and I like that they have everybody participating in it.
Yeah.
Even when he shot somebody.
Almost.
No, he did.
Oh yeah, with the icer. Yeah.
That's cool that he created like an icer.
Yeah.
That was awesome. He's like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he patted her in the head.
It's like from HR. And then that very powerful scene where Myron finally like said, "Okay,
accepted it, yeah.
I need help. Help me, Jean." And then he's like, "Yes, Dad." And then he freaking put that band on. What was it called again? It was
inhibitor.
Inhibitor. There you go. To stop his telepathy.
It just sucks, like seeing that kind of
storyline.
Initial, but like his initial reaction to any sort of blame.
Yeah.
Or just when there's something wrong, he initially thinks, "Oh, it's my fault."
Yeah.
No, and then he's just gonna go straight to being defensive and just like, "No, I'm doing what's right for me." So you can't try to change that, and it just sucks. I don't know.
It's like the fight or flight attitude because he was enslaved for that long, and so he's like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and Jean's just like, "You're not doing anything wrong. Like we're here to help you," and he's still kind of seeing it as if they're blaming him.
Dude, he's strong as I thought Sai was strong with her telepathy. This dude was like, not only was he affecting everyone's minds, he almost brought down the DEO with his waves. It was like
the initial phasing through that chamber is what set off everything. Yeah. And then the tremors too, like from his brain blast.
Yeah. Got a blast.
He's super strong.
He's intense. It's intense.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty much it this episode, right? It sucks that we haven't seen Brainy or Imra around. They're just like,
I think they're going to be the next episode.
They are, but still, like, the fact that they just don't interact with anybody.
Doing?
Yeah, what are they doing?
Another investigating, but what are they doing?
Easter eggs, you find any?
Oh, yes, I did.
Let's just say Kalorian. Zook, they mentioned the fifth dimensional imp again.
Yes.
He is John's best friend, and I think they mentioned him in the first season. Or the second season.
I think second.
With Mitzel Mixie.
Yeah. Mitzel Piddle Mitzpix.
Mitzpitzlik.
Fudge.
Mitzel Piddlick.
Yes. Scranton, PA. That's hilarious.
In the Electric City.
That's hilarious that she just called out the office.
The office, yeah. The city with the electricity.
Oh no!
The little cars go in the compact spot.
Please,
it's fine.
No, please.
Scrantonicity. You guys gotta listen to that Fire mixtape. Smart Cloth.
Smart Cloth. Yeah.
Man, that thing is so cool. Like when he was showing Kara how to use it, it's just like it was literally like on its own. Like it was like a magic carpet type deal. Like it was grabbing onto things, and she had to learn how to kind of do it the manual way.
Yeah.
Is there anything else?
Yeah, I didn't get anything else, dude.
All right. So previews for next week. Next week is called Of Two Minds. Supergirl and Imra have different ideas on how to stop the third world killer, Pastilan. However, when both Alex and Wynn are seriously injured by pestilence, Supergirl and Imra team up to stop this destruction. This is going to be dope. Whatever it is, we know that Blight is coming, and Imra's like,
yeah, that's the one
failure
line.
is imminent. You fail. And then Kara's like, okay.
She's like, Blight are supposed to come.
Yeah.
We're supposed to fail. And then I just stared at my brother. I'm like, dude, they know too much.
We said that since
they watch our stuff.
We literally.
Sorry, I'm not trying to like boost our egos, but I appreciate the writers if they do watch us.
For real though, like we've been saying that like ever since I've been mentioning the timekeeper.
Yeah.
I just said, and then it just stemmed off from that. Like our theories went from like their Earth's gonna get destroyed at some point, and they're gonna have to move.
You've mentioned that since we saw. Not Zoom, Hunter Zolomon.
Yeah.
You know, like he showed, or Cisco, he vibed to a different Earth, and he's like, oh shoot, that's supposed to. Yeah, he's like, did I see another one of those things, like destroying the Earth?
Yeah.
You know, and then you're like, oh shoot, what if Timekeeper, this and that, Blight, what if that's like what destroys the world? And it kind of does. Yeah, here. I feel like we might be wrong, but. Yeah. Hopefully that's what happens.
So we're gonna put that theory out there. Still, it's the Blight will cause the destruction of this world, causing Supergirl's world to move to the super legendary Flowerverse.
Exactly. That'd be so sick. Just seeing Supergirl and her team, or what's left of the DEO, moving over to Earth 1, or like whatever Earth the Flash is on.
You see Kara just pop out of like a pocket breach that Cisco gave her, and then she's like, "Barry, Cisco, I need your help," and he's like, "What?" And you just see a bunch of people running out of the wormhole. He's like, "What did you just do?"
Yeah.
and then they're just like Blight, and then Harry's like, "Blight, I had the coffee.
Yeah,
I had
the coffee." Exactly. But I feel like it's just one of those things where they do the crossover, but it's like essentially too late.
Mm-hmm.
So they can. That's like their way of bringing her storyline to Earth 1.
That'd be so dope. And what if? See, this is another thing. Who said that?
And if it doesn't happen,
at least
still
keep
it in mind for another season. It doesn't need to be Blight that destroys the world. Could be something else.
This is another thing. I think mon-el said that, or no, Lena said that the world killers constantly like go through a metamorphosis.
Mm-hmm.
So even if they stop the three, which is Samantha, Pestilence, and Purity.
Purity, yeah.
What if Ruby is still like the wild card? What if she still turns into Blight? You know, like they can't stop it.
But
and then if her mom dies, that probably will set her off.
Yeah.
And it's like destruction to you all. And then like and maybe that's what, if they don't like destroy their Earth this season, what if it goes into that like slowly but surely, like Ruby starts just going down in a spiral next season, and then like Kara asks Barry and the rest of the team to help her kind of like, obviously everyone would be on board because it's a little kid, right?
Like help tame her or just keep her.
Yeah, exactly. Like control her powers.
Yeah,
it just doesn't work.
Yeah,
right. And then you just see Oliver. He makes all hard. He's like, "You gotta put her down. We can't have a super powered kid." And then like Barry's like, "We can't. We have to do this another way." And then it's just like,
and then it's just like one of those Ralph things, Ralph moments where you're like, you should have stopped that when I could have, and then it just turns into a whole.
That would be so dark. It's a kid still.
Yeah,
but that would make for a very interesting story if Ruby was kind of like the one thing that they couldn't really decide on what to do, because you don't want to hurt her. You don't want to. Maybe they leave her on another Earth, or maybe she chooses to stay on that Earth.
Yeah, I feel like at that point she might not be able to control herself.
What if what if they do like that Superboy Prime thing? Like he literally just like he's alone in the universe. So he just keeps going from universe to universe and destroying everything, and then she like evolves as time goes. Like she decides to stay alone, right? But then on that Earth, she starts getting lonely, and then time comes eventually, like down season 6 or 7 of Supergirl and Flash. Like she comes back and she's their greatest foe ever. I don't know. We're kind of jumping all over the place, but
very
like because it's kind of happening.
Yeah, it's got to, or it should. No, it's got to. It doesn't have to happen, but it'd be cool if it did.
Dope.
Yeah.
But yeah, however the season ends, it's definitely picking up of where it left off, and it's doing it in a big way and in a cool way. The writing is really spot on.
I kind of appreciate the fact that they took their time.
Yes,
they took this break to make it better.
Yeah, and I gotta address all those people who are getting salty though about mon-el.
Doesn't matter, dude.
Well, I'm just saying, why you guys? First off, you guys complained that mon-el didn't get a suit, and now he got a suit. You guys are complaining he got too much screen time. That's the point. They're the power couple. This makes sense.
That's what they're complaining about?
Yeah. They're like, oh, I can't believe they made him a suit. So what? His suit is awesome. It's not like he takes away from too much of screen time.
It's just like different sets of haters.
Yeah.
That just come in waves. Just like the first wave is like
nothing.
First wave is like, oh, give him a suit. Why doesn't he have a suit? And then the next people, like when he does have the suit, they're
like, oh, they're paying too much time on him. They made him a suit.
And then the next one is like, oh, he's acting too much like Superman. And
Imagine if he was like, I'm Team Supergirl or I am Supergirl. Imagine if he said that. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Poop on you.
We are the Flash.
Oh, no. See, if Iris actually had powers.
We are the Flash. We are the children. Sorry.
Yeah, imagine if what do you call it? If Iris had powers, it would make sense for her to say stuff like that.
Yeah.
Here, mon-el and Kara fight side by side, and he's teaching her how to beat her greatest foes. So
we are the Supergirl. That just sounds that doesn't sit well.
Moving forward, you got any other theories?
No, dude. I think we should just stick with that.
Okay.
That big theory of the whole world blight explosion, blam blam, and not Samantha, Ruby. Plow plow with the Earths and then or the universes and then
what if it's like that? What if like or it would be even sadder. Samantha tells Ruby to go with them, but even though she goes with them, it's actually putting everyone in danger.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's crazy.
It's gonna be sad. Whatever way this goes.
That. Yeah.
Or maybe they'll just do the whole Smallville thing, and then Kara tries to like do like the whole use the Legion powers to extract the evil. Because that's what they did to Doomsday. They did extract Doomsday from Davis.
Yeah.
But
then
he still killed Jimmy. So, what if that's how it happens here? What if they extract... Yeah, and then they kill Jimmy, and then that's what makes Lena bad because of that.
Oh, no.
I don't know. It's just an idea.
That's crazy.
But those other two, they're definitely going to die.
Yeah.
At the end of the season. Or... I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. Anything else?
No.
No?
Yeah.
All right. So with that being said, you guys, we shall see you on The Flash.
Yeah.
This week on The Flash, after his accident with the thinking cap, Harry learns from Gideon that his intellect is diminishing. Team Flash mourn Ralph's death, but Barry hides his grief while they try to make a plan to stop DeVoe. They plan to move Fallout to an Argus facility for Lila to look after him so that DeVoe won't get him. Without Caitlin's powers as a safeguard to keep Fallout stable, Barry and Cisco head to Earth X to get Leo's help. They are followed by Earth X Siren. Barry runs ahead to keep the truck safe. Joe drives it, while Caitlin and Leo keep Fallout safe. DeVoe attacks the truck with all his powers. Barry and Leo try to fight him, but the former is distracted when remembering Ralph. Siren X drives DeVoe away, then takes Leo's cold gun. Joe, Caitlin, and Fallout. Leo tells Barry to grieve Ralph so that his head will be straight while they're trying to save their friends. Harry destroys the second thinking cap made for Cisco and tells him the truth. Barry and Leo rush to save Caitlin, Joe, and Fallout when Siren attacks the CCPD with them in tow. Barry and Leo are overpowered, but the latter finally gets the strength to defeat her. This allows Leo and Caitlin to stabilize Fallout, who nearly goes nuclear. The team thanks Leo for helping them get Fallout to the Argus facility, and he returns to Earth to get married. Cisco gives him a pocket breach so that he can visit them. Cisco tells Harry that he'll help him get his intellect back. Iris promises to help Caitlin get her powers back, and Barry finally mourns Ralph's death. Marlies begins to doubt helping DeVoe as he's become more obsessed with the Enlightenment than to be happy to be back with her. Now back to the Justice Clubhouse podcast. Alright, so getting into this episode of The Flash, which is titled Fury Rogue. Wants on thons.
I think you should take this one, dude.
I don't know.
Oh.
This one's hard to think of something. It's pretty good filler, I guess.
I mean, you kind of said it. Hard to think of.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yes. Without even thinking of it, we thought of it. So
my mind went blank, just like DeVoe.
Yeah, but this episode was pretty decent filler episode.
Yeah.
And at least we got to see DeVoe. That's what we're talking about. They need to do the more like clashing between the bad guys and the villains, and not having the villains like in the background for like most of the season, and then just have them go whoo like towards the end of it. We still have this 19th episode, so we have 4 episodes left. Kind of sad, but at the same time, really excited to see how they move forward with it. But this episode was really cool, and I like that most of the bus metas, at least in this latter half of the season, are more like they're more accepting of their help, right? This guy's like, yeah, I'm with you guys. And I like how Caitlin, like, she still wants her powers back and everything like that, and because she finally has control of Killer Frost. I like the cameos of Leo and the Siren X and stuff like that. Like it just played so well into the episode, and it kind of gives you an idea of how they might be able to defeat DeVoe, because the guy basically thinks practically every time, and that's the thing. Sometimes when you don't plan it, the best things happen. But yeah, it was pretty cool the way that Cisco and Barry just popped out of nowhere, and they're just like, yeah, we need your help. And he's like, can you see I'm busy? He's like, what, dying? He's like, touche.
That guy's like amazing.
Yeah, he really is.
No matter what show he's on, it's just it adds to it. It adds like a certain like flair. As weird as that sounds.
For real, like him and Rory, like it's amazing to see how far they've. I know this is a different version of Snart, but to see them go from super villains, kind of like one-dimensional thieves and stuff, like they don't have sort of a interesting backstory. You kind of get to play around with them a little bit more here and introduce somebody that's a little cooler and more tied to other heroes.
You said cooler.
Yeah, pun intended.
He's Captain Canuck. Just kidding.
What else? It's just so pretty much it all led up to them trying to get Fallout to the Argus facility. It took me like half the episode to realize where they're heading with them, and then DeVoe.
Just like DeVoe, you're kind of outsmarted for a second.
Yeah, I was like, where are they? I don't. Why do they need to? Okay, that makes
they
sense.
lightly mentioned it,
Yeah,
but they didn't.
I just didn't pick it up because I take a lot of notes during these shows, so I'm kind of.
They didn't fully explain it until they got him in the bus.
Yeah. So basically, they're just
the truck
trying to make sure that he does not fall into the clutches of DeVoe, because having a nuclear ability is that's
deadly,
overkill.
Yeah.
He already has Ralph's invulnerability, so even if Barry did try to fight him, he wouldn't go down that easy anyways. And plus, that tuning fork did nothing. Like, they did the Inspector Gadget, like, Mr. Fantastic thing where he used a tuning fork at super speed, which people were complaining about last episode. They're like, why didn't he just use it at super speed? He did it here.
Yeah.
And all it did was send DeVoe's body just click, click, and he just, like, shaped himself. And it took freaking Siren X to take him down.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. The amount of frequency that is in that small fork is super non-substantial compared to Siren X.
She was insane. I was like, Jeremy, what is that?
Yeah,
and
I think her power. Yeah, it showcased how OP she is when she could hear sound waves.
She has
like
super hearing.
A crazy level. Yeah.
He was like, she did the Aquaman thing. You know, like the Aquaman, like telepathy between animals. She did that, but with humans. It's just.
Yeah, that's.
I'm like, what is that? You just see like just this ray,
so
like shooting from Star City all the way miles out to her.
Maybe what they need to do is, if not use her, make something
that's like that.
Yeah, create something that's a lot bigger than that tuning fork.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure.
Something that has a higher frequency than that.
I mean, the tuning fork was cool, but that does nothing compared to her. She was so badass. Now her mission was kind of weird. I thought that like she was gonna bring them to her Earth maybe, and then use.
She really just wants vengeance.
Yeah,
you know.
I guess she's losing a fight over there. She's literally the only last. She's like the last Reichman. I guess that's what he said. So
yes,
she just wanted to get it at the CCPD. She's just like, She just kept screaming at Fallout. Fallout's just trying his hardest not to explode. And then Joe's like, what are we doing? And then Caitlin's like, we're screwed. This stuff's not gonna last. The serum that they had in their body to protect them from the blast was deteriorating.
They are badasses.
They are.
For being humans.
Yeah.
Especially
her.
Yeah, her and Joe.
Yeah.
Because they're out on the front lines and they don't know the outcome. You know?
Joe is like literally he does the bitch please to every metahuman he meets. Like last week he did the hemorrhoid shot. That was
amazing.
He's just like, oh, thank you for the weapon.
But that's great. Whoa.
What?
I'm just thinking right now, like from first episode of the season.
Yeah.
He took out Vibe and Barry.
Yeah, he did.
And this last week,
Joe
just sliced. Yeah.
Him. That was insane.
Maybe he's getting powers. I'm just kidding.
He has a superpower of will.
Yeah, exactly.
And then Barry's kind of just juggling his. Well, he's not juggling. He's kind of putting aside his grief, even though Leo was just like, "You gotta not do that."
He's trying to run from it.
Yeah, he's like, you have to like feel
Accept
it, or else you're not gonna have a clear head.
I didn't cry this episode.
Like Michael Scott said, there's such a thing as good grief. Ask Charlie Brown.
Oh, because he says that?
Yeah. Good grief. But yeah, it was really interesting to see them juggle that. I honestly, personally, I don't like Emo Barry because he just whines too much. Kind of was like Ralph when he was like, oh, it's not like you're gonna die because he's not going after you. Like, come on, you're the Flash. You've been doing this for 4 seasons. Yes, just feel it. Like, cry. Like, I was telling Jeremy, like, super speed and cry. You're saving time. Just do it all at once, you know?
Yeah.
And then with that, he finally gained the strength to freaking send Siren X flying into the pillars above, or the pole above, and just get absolutely wrecked. And I really like that Killer Frost and Caitlin and Leo team up with the cold guns.
Yeah.
Wait, so they made another cold gun, or they had?
Kept, yeah.
Okay.
Snarts.
That was cool. I liked it.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Yeah, it was cool that they.
Oh no, they replicated it.
They did
a couple episodes ago.
Oh,
maybe before the break. I think she said
so
that
they
she
needed more.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. But yeah, then they get followed to the Argus facility, and he's chilling in a VR. They always play like that standard. The boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
And then Cisco, he learns, like, I don't think we really touched on that, but Cisco learned that Harry was losing intellect and it's diminishing, and then he kind of gets
like me.
Yeah, he's like, I was addicted, and then I effed up my bed.
It's okay.
And he's like, you know what? But even so, like, look at you raising Jesse. Your intellect doesn't define you, so I'm gonna help you through this, bud. And he's like, oh, thank you. But it would be hilarious to have like HR back in the form of Harry, because it's just like
all he just thinks about is coffee.
Yeah,
that's it. That'd be crazy. Just like every morning, he's like, "Morning, guys," and he just has a top hat again, and he's got like 12 coffees just for himself.
That would be funny if he has like that Jekyll and Hyde thing going. Like he's smart one day, and then he's not. No, the next.
It's cool that they mentioned Tracy.
Yes.
We didn't get to see her. But that was her laboratory.
What are you doing in my laboratory? That was so bad. And what else was there? Marlies and DeVoe. Those scenes were interesting. It's like she's so happy that he's back, but he's so focused on like the enlightenment.
Yeah.
I was like, look, watch, he's about to freaking ruin the moment, and he just does.
Yeah, like, she's like, he's like, what are you doing? And she's like, wearing your favorite dress. And then he's just like,
something so trivial, blah, 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 blue balls, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. He has no sense of emotion or feeling.
Which will be his downfall, because he can't account for impulse. Like,
what happened with Barry?
Oh, impulse. Account for impulse.
That's cool. Yeah, it's just like what happened to Barry when he froze after DeVoe said that.
Yeah.
It did sound like Ralph too.
Yeah.
Yeah, like those moments, it's like, it's very
rookie.
it's a very like snap decision.
Yeah.
And he can't account for those moments. It's maybe that's a game changer for him.
For sure.
I don't know how they're gonna do it, but it's just maybe just like think of Ralph every time, and then just have those like standby moments.
Yeah. They need to just kind of chill it down with like the talks. They don't need to talk every damn scene. Like the one talk from
it's every episode
start
too.
was good.
Yeah.
But having it like every single scene, like sometimes as a superhero, you need to power yourself through some of that to like the tough times. So. But it was nice to see Barry kind of like break down and just.
But maybe I think this episode was a little bit more special because he needed that constant push until he broke down, because no one else would have done that except for Snart. It's
like growing up, I always told him, because Jeremy's a pretty tough kid, but I'm just like, just cry. Yeah, I cry. Especially
I'm the kid that doesn't.
Because sometimes it feels good when you just let it all out. Like when you're overwhelmed with stuff, you know, especially if somebody passes away or something. I have done that where like I don't feel for like a couple days, or maybe I remember when somebody really close to us died, like just recently, a couple months ago, like super close. Like we don't want to mention it again, but I was literally like when we heard the news, we were real sad. And I didn't start crying until I started like doing stuff around the house. Yeah. It was random.
And for me, it's like, it's very, it takes a while because I am like, I'm super hard. Yeah. When it comes to emotions, it actually took me a whole week for me to let it all out.
Yeah. And it sucks, but it feels good. I think it's just
different for everyone. And that's why I kind of relate to how Flash was this episode, how Barry reacted. But sometimes you kind of need that push. Yeah. Like certain people need that kind of push to actually grieve and let it all out.
There's such a thing as good grief.
Yes.
That's Charlie Brown. But yeah, getting back to this episode, what else did we miss? That was pretty much it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Caitlin found out that she can get her powers back. She
just needs something else to trigger it.
Exactly. So that's nice. And I guess we shall get into Easter eggs if you caught any.
There's that one near the end. Cisco mentioned Jack Ryan and Tom Clancy.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Banshee was mentioned. They're saying that was like Siren and Silver Banshee.
Cool.
Yeah,
here. That's crazy.
New Brighton. Not sure what heroes come from there, but I'm pretty sure there's quite a bit. And Macarena. Apparently exist on all Earths. Nothing else. No other.
I did not.
All right, so
there's a lot of like, what's that called? Puns.
Yeah, there was. So next week is an episode titled "So Therefore She Is." Team Flash team up with Gypsy to try to thwart the Thinker's plan. Meanwhile, Cisco and Gypsy have a heart-to-heart talk about the relationship. And what's cool about next week is that we will also see Accelerated Man.
Oh yeah, 20. It's crazy. Whoa.
It's getting awesome, intense.
What if? You know what I'm about to say?
No, go ahead. We're going into theories.
Yeah, I thought Ralph. It would be cool if Ralph is that Accelerated Man.
Oh, I like it.
Different Earth, different powers. You know,
I like it.
I know they already casted that dude.
Yeah,
but what if he's just a ruse? You know, what if he's just like the entity? Yeah, you know, not the actual person.
Or maybe they've recasted people's roles, and it makes sense. So yeah, we've only seen the top part of his head.
If you kind of look at Accelerated Man from last season, he sort of looks like Ralph. Yeah, he's got that kind of eye line. That'd be cool if that was him. And he's like, maybe I could teach you again, you know, or like maybe we could be partners.
That'd be dope.
Yes. You can continue.
Oh, no, I was just saying, that would be dope. But yeah, there's still a part of me that believes that Ralph is still within DeVoe and just is like fighting, and that might be Barry's advantage, because maybe he could call to him and say like, help me. Or like Jeremy said, maybe he'll just get another Ralph from like a different Earth and to help him.
Honestly, I feel like the way that relationship is gonna be sort of like Henry Allen is.
Yeah.
He dies on this Earth, but he can still see him as a different person, you know?
Jay Garrick.
As Jay Garrick.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing with Ralph on this Earth. This goes back to the Accelerated Man thing. Maybe he is Accelerated Man on Earth 19, and maybe from time to time they can just like, hey, how's it going? Or maybe I need your help here and there. I don't know. Some people might not like it because he's elongated man, and that's who he should be. But it'd be nice to see him as a different character. That's just what I feel.
That's a pretty cool theory. But yeah, we're supposed to see the Ralph that at least he wears the same suit in the season finale. So that'll be interesting. We also see a bunch of clones of DeVoe, so that's gonna be pretty awesome to see, I guess, like to see that whole fight play out. We're also gonna learn the identity of the mystery girl, who I think is going to be I think her name is Dawn, but Jeremy thinks it's gonna be Nora. It could be that too. But she's definitely gonna play the role that Bart played. And maybe this enlightenment will still happen, because we're just gonna tie this to that theory of, without explaining it all over again, the theory of Supergirl's Earth being destroyed may be tied to this enlightenment and the blight. So even if DeVoe fails, maybe he doesn't fail.
He creates a beacon.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, that would be pretty cool. Like we said though, we want to hear her say, "It's Crasher mode."
Yeah,
that'd be so amazing.
Yeah.
And she's apparently going to be like the kind of introducing the next big bad for next season. So,
you know those guys that steal our coffee?
Yeah,
they're coming.
And then Bear's like, "How? You know that really strong girl from that one Earth that helps you all the time?" Yeah. It's like, oh,
she fails.
Yeah, that would be so like dope if that's how it plays out. What else is there to theorize about this show? It's hard.
Yeah.
Because they kind of surprise us with all this stuff that's going on. But we did call like the whole Ralph getting taken over sort of deal. Maybe Marliese too. She might snap and help Team Flash because she realizes that Clifford's not really there anymore.
Yeah.
He's kind of too obsessed with, like, he's literally
he's
just
there like mentally in a certain form.
If you guys have seen like
he's like book smart. He's not street smart.
Yeah. He's exactly like Dr. Manhattan in what do you call that? Watchmen. He's exactly like that. Like he's so obsessed with gaining more knowledge that he doesn't even
focus on his other emotions.
Yeah, like he sends like versions of himself to pleasure his wife while he's working in the lab. Like that sort of deal. Like he leaves Earth to gain more knowledge and create his own planet. Like he's that.
That's crazy.
That's kind of how DeVoe is like right now. He wants to get more power so that way he can expand the go towards the enlightenment. It's crazy. But he's a pretty cool villain. Hopefully it's just more clashing from here on out between him and Barry, because we definitely need more scenes like that.
Yeah.
And plus Barry could like going off of what Jeremy said, he could always grab somebody off another Earth and surprise the hell out of DeVoe, because Kara could definitely smush that dude into a little, you know. Same thing with mon-el and Jean. You get any one of those. Actually, Jean.
I don't know why. I just I just see a scene where he's just like, "Welcome to enlightenment," right?
Yeah.
And then the breach opens and Kara's just like, "This is your enlightenment," and then she takes him onto the Earth 38 where it's like being like destroyed. Yeah.
And he's like, "No!" Yeah, that would be so awesome if that's how it played out.
It's like killing two birds with one stone.
Yeah, that would be so dope. I actually want to see that now.
Yeah.
Any other theories moving forward?
No, I don't think so.
All right, so with that being said, you guys, we shall see you on Krypton. All right, so getting into the episode of Krypton, which is titled Civil Wars. One sentence.
Captain America.
Perfect. But this show's
not perfect. That's the total opposite.
This show is basically picking up like it's really starting to go crazy as far as the storytelling. The setting is still really nice to look at. And then they added a bunch of cool characters in this one, cool cameos of people that we kind of been wanting to see, and it kind of makes sense that they didn't bring them out fully. But here we find Segel working with the Black Order. No, not Black Order. Sorry, I got my mind
Black
on
Zero?
Marvel. Yeah, Black Zero.
Yeah.
I got my mind on Marvel. I'm sorry.
I think it's because I said Captain America. Whoops.
And we find out that the General Zod is Lyta's. Well,
Son.
obviously, yeah. And it was interesting because us knowing like the DC comic lore, we know that's not a good idea to trust the Zod, especially the General Zod, who just seemed to like. Yeah, I kind of see him wanting to take out Brainiac, but at the same time, I don't trust him wanting to release Doomsday because that was not a cool. And I guess we could get right into that.
Cool cameo, but not a cool idea.
He looked amazing.
Yeah, that was pretty sick.
He looked so good.
No doubt.
Oh my god, that just made the one on Smallville look really, really bad. I'm so sorry. That was like legit Doomsday.
Damn. Yeah, that's true.
And yeah, it was pretty cool. They brought in those people that have been. It kind of made sense as to why those people are guarding the ruins down there. And still don't trust Zod. And it sucks that Adam kind of put himself in a predicament where no one trusts him because he just wasn't straightforward about Krypton. I mean, but he can't say that. He can't tell them that that's gonna
alter the future.
Exactly,
because they're gonna make every choice that they can to stop it from exploding.
How can you? They just don't get the gravity of no Superman in the universe.
Yeah,
and he is one of the big three. You can't not have that universe without him. It just doesn't make any sense. And then they forwarded the Brainiac thing, and I thought that was really cool. We finally kind of got to see what the Word of Ra looked underneath there with Brainiac kind of taking over, and he looked insane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
And he effed everybody up.
Yeah,
in that room. I kind of felt bad. First, Dev-M's impression on me, at least, was that he's kind of a tool, but he's very loyal. He's willing to help Lyta's mother, Jaina. Is it Jaina?
I don't remember her name, honestly.
They don't say it enough, so yeah. I can't pick up on it. But the House of Vex, the father's still Punani.
Yeah.
Nissa was pretty good this episode. She's all about like helping and trying to make. I see the Vex's like whole thing here. It's like sacrifice this so that we can get this. And I understand it. The Word of Ra is just the Word of Ra, and he's like the only rich guy, and everybody else is in slums. He basically wants to like just make all the cities work together so that Krypton can survive. But
yeah.
He's not willing to get his own hands dirty. That's the thing. If he did that, I kind of would respect the character more. But it's gonna suck. We're probably going to see more of like the downfall of, or not the downfall, but kind of like how the Zods came to be. Such, what's the word? Like cold-hearted people.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's pretty much where we left. We saw that little tiny girl who was adorable.
Yeah, she had a bunch of writing on her face.
She's like, "Isn't that great? Why are you afraid?" And the lady's like, "This dude does not talk like that." Yeah, I think we pretty much left off on them trying to find another way to defeat Brainiac, but
yeah,
their plan to overthrow the World of Ra went because he is already taken over.
Yeah.
Got the tentacles and stuff like that.
Tentacles.
Was there anything else that we missed?
No, I don't think so.
All right, so what's the next week's episode title? I'll just check that up real quick.
Go for it. Oh.
Sorry. Sorry. Next week's episode is called Transformation. Oh, crap.
What?
We have about 4 episodes left. Look at Jeremy's hair. He transformed right there.
Yeah, I transformed.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty great. I really like the storyline. I like the setting. Jeremy and I, every time we watch it, it's like, wow, why can't the DCTV do that with the effects budget that they have? Like, they have twice the amount of actors on this show, and like their set pieces are freaking awesome. Like they're not, you know, they're not.
Yeah, it's not cheesy at all. It's like they actually took the time to make it look good. You know?
Even their suits are awesome looking. Like
they have a good team.
They definitely need to pick it up on the DC TV side of things. Yeah. I mean, Black Lightning is definitely, you know, stepped it up as far as like the outfit did, and I'll admit that I didn't really like the Black Lightning outfit when it was first revealed, but like seeing it on the TV show and seeing Thunder, that's what they need to do for the rest of the show.
I think they have to focus a little bit more of the budget on like set pieces, costumes, upgrades. Yeah, you know, just so that it looks more appealing and it
makes sense for the character.
Yeah,
like I think armored is the way to go. At least partial armor.
That'd be so sick.
Because right now on the DCTV, like we said already, we mentioned during this podcast, is that mon-el looks the best.
Yeah,
like his is legit armor covered in whatever weaving of Kryptonian fabric. It's.
I mean, Supergirl's. Thinking about it, Supergirl is what he called her. The whole team's suits are pretty good.
Yeah, but she needs an upgrade for sure.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that we could talk about with this show? It's great. It's going great so far.
Yeah.
So can't wait to see next episode for sure. Anything else?
No, don't think so.
All right. So with that being said, we shall see you guys on Arrow. This week on Arrow, Oliver repays his debt to Anatoly by doing a job for the Bravo. Oliver finds Anatoly and tells him that the Bravo will take him back. Instead, Anatoly pledges his allegiance to Diaz and knocks Oliver out. When he comes to, Oliver berates his former friend for having no honor. Curtis brings Renee home where Zoe and Dinah are waiting for them. At Argus, Diggle is notified about the Quadrant and that they may be doing a deal with Diaz. Dinah, Curtis, and Renee arrive at the deal, but they find themselves in the middle of an ambush by the Quadrant on the buyers. Diggle arrives just in time to save them. Laurel tricks Lance into meeting Diaz, who demands that he sign an executive order. Lance is heartbroken to find out that Laura has been working with Diaz. Lance tells Diggle, Dinah, Curtis, and Renee what transpired, so they make a plan to destroy the weapons. The Quadrant and Diaz plan to move. Diggle, Dinah, Curtis, and Argus successfully destroy the weapons while Renee sits out. After having an argument with Laurel, Lance convinces her to leave Diaz's side. They agree to protect each other. Anatoly brings Oliver to Diaz. He stops Diaz from beating up bound Oliver and proposes that they fight. Diaz tells Oliver that whoever loses has to leave Star City. Oliver eventually gains the upper hand, but Diaz stabs him. When Oliver comes to, Anatoly tells him that he will help him escape. They then meet Diaz, who tells Oliver that he will be locked up at the SCPD for life. All of Oliver's family and friends watch in shock as he is arrested. Now back to the Justice Clubhouse podcast. Alright, so getting this episode of Arrow, which was titled Shifting Allegiances. One dance.
Oliver finally meets the dragon.
Yes, and it was quite epic.
That was a crazy fight, dude.
Battle Royale!
Fortnite Battle Royale. I'm sorry. No, he doesn't like me saying sit down first. You have to like in genuine laugh. You're like, I'm gonna kill you after this.
But yeah, dude, this episode was like, it's like tearing Oliver the freak apart, but I think that's exactly what it needs. Like kind of like a
tearing me apart when I'm with you.
Basically, what happens when you're with Dragon is that song.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a reinventing of things where Oliver just gets everything just
he gets
goes down.
Pummeled from all angles.
Yeah. He gets the poop end of the stick.
Yeah.
And to see his teammates, you know, like, I'll just get this out of the way so that way I don't bash, like, the entire time. I freaking hate Renee.
Yeah.
Being in, like, that state where he was hurt and injured, I kind of felt bad for him and all that stuff. And then he opened his mouth this episode, and then it just made me not feel bad for him anymore.
Yeah, it's like he has, like, trigger warnings whenever Oliver's name is mentioned. Yeah.
Why? Like he heard that Oliver, like the team was broken up. Like,
yeah,
dude, just shut up. Like, you got your own team. just do your thing. And then look what you did. You froze, you little bitch. I'm sorry.
Watch yourself. You might have kids watching.
Oh, I'm sorry. You little language. But I like that Diggle would kind of like put that aside, and he still apologized, and this little wild dog was just like, oh, thank you. He's just so high and mighty above his throne up until like he's out in the
and
spotlight.
Even the little things where he's just like, he took 3 guys down with 3 bullets. He's like, I still got it. And even Dinah noticed that he's still kind of a-hole-ish. Yeah.
But
full of himself. That's a big thing.
The only thing I did like about his character is that he decided to not think about himself for once, and just he was like, every time I think about going out, I might not come back, and I don't want Zoe to be alone. That's the one good thing he said this episode.
Yes, that's true.
They should have just led with that, because then I would have not been upset with his character throughout the whole thing. But you know, his daughter knowing that he's Wild Dog, that was great. Hopefully that doesn't mean that he. I mean, that's not a good sign though.
Like that's like one of those moments where like finally, like someone has ears. You know, like because everyone around them, they can't hear what they're talking about when they're like, blah, 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 blah. We're gonna take down this guy. I'm gonna put my suit on. Blah, 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 blah. She's the only one that's a side character that actually listens.
Yeah,
you know,
he's like
everyone else is oblivious.
Curtis and Dinah don't really talk that low, you know.
Yeah, that's awesome. That someone finally hears them.
Smart cookie. But yeah, I just hopefully they kind of rewrite Renee, because I did like him when this started.
Maybe there's gonna be another wake up twist. Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, seeing Dinah and Diggle and Curtis out in the fray was pretty cool. Diggle definitely is better suited at Argus, leading his team and the whole operation. And then Oliver getting to his story was just it sucks seeing him like
he did the fall.
Yeah, he did this badass thing at the very beginning, got Anatoly's like debt settled so he could return to the Bratva, and then for Anatoly to kind of turn on him like that.
Yeah.
And then he just went through all of that, got his ass kicked by Dragon. And to say this, like he purposely knew that Anatoly was going to turn on him to bring him to Diaz. And I think that was cool. And you kind of see the camaraderie come back between Anatoly and Capuchon. He's like, thank you, Anatoly. He's like, what? You got your ass kicked? He's like, no, but you gave me a chance to try to take down Diaz. And see, that's the thing. Oliver won that.
Yeah, it's a very I can't find the word for it, but that was just it
was dirty.
Yeah, there you go.
It was
there's something else, but whatever.
It was cheating. He's cheating.
I don't like that, dude. Like, I hate seeing shiz like that.
I would have broken his neck, honestly. Like that.
Like, say something, I'm gonna break your neck. I was just like, too late.
Or I would have been so super pissed. Where do you plug Oliver? Like, where do you?
I think that same thing, the same part that Oliver stabbed Roy in the jail.
Okay.
You know, to make it feel like he's dead.
Yeah.
But he could bring him back to life.
That sucks. But yeah, Anatoly kind of like was like, okay, this dude got no honor at all. That was not cool. And Oliver's like, you know, I'm gonna take the city from you. And we kind of see, you know, hopefully Anatoly does help Oliver, but we know that if that's the case, it's probably not gonna end well for him. But
yeah,
we also have another story. See, the thing with Arrows, they're getting better at kind of branching out different storylines, especially with these characters. Having them separated is probably the best thing, so that way it's not all jumbled. But the whole Lance and Laurel thing was great this episode. It was very deep, and you kind of see that Laurel is actually feeling that Lance is her father, and he felt betrayed that after finding out that she was working with Diaz. That was messed up.
You sick son of a bitch.
Sorry. That was nice.
Whoops. I didn't mean to say that.
That's a good impression, though.
Thanks, man.
But yeah, I love how Lance was just like, he put his foot down. He would not sign that order up until Laurel was like, let's protect each other. And that was pretty cool. It's like, you look out for me, I look out for you type deal. We might
go this way, I go that way. You got Jackie Chan
with these two. But it was a really cool dynamic, but kind of all just turned out to be a kind of poop on Oliver day in the end. But we kind of see where everyone's kind of alliances are. Oliver is about to be thrown in jail, the last thing that we see, and he's like, you know, you stay in the city. You just do 25 for life.
Yeah, dude, he's got a weird voice.
Yeah, he really does. It's like he's trying so hard to sound like an old man.
Yeah.
Ow, see, I almost pulled something when I tried to talk about it. Yeah, and it sucked because everybody saw, like, you could just see, like, the guilt in everybody's eyes watching Oliver being pulled into the jail. Obviously you see William and Felicity, they're sad, and you see Diggle just like, oh crap. And then also the three Dinah Curse Renee, they're like, yeah, we're asses. We screwed the pooch on that one.
Even Renee, it kind of looked like he admitted guilt.
Yeah. Because this whole thing started because of him. That's why he's like, okay, this is, I wanted him to feel bad. I didn't want him to go to jail. Ips. Like that.
I really feel like that Supermax theory that you're talking about may happen sooner than we think.
Let's get into that soon. But before we get into that, we'll do Easter eggs.
Yeah, the thing that you said, or not you, Curtis said.
Captain Planet.
Yeah, and Power Rangers. Those are the only one. Channel 52 news.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
fill the quota.
Yeah.
All right, so we only have 3 more episodes left. Next week is 21.
What?
Yeah. So
are they gonna go straight through, or are they gonna?
Yeah, I think so. It is going to go straight through. So next week's episode is titled docket number 11/19/41/73, which is cool because apparently that's a reference to an Arrow. That's the first time Arrow was introduced in the comics. Those numbers.
Miss Scusi.
Yeah.
What's the number?
No, I looked that up. The number 11/19/41/73.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The pressure mounts for Oliver, who begins to wonder if he'll lose everything in his battle to save Star City. A familiar face returns, and that familiar face was
me.
That familiar face was
that guy.
Tommy
Merlin.
Merlin.
Oh, I was about to
Who
continue.
was die?
I was gonna continue. Yeah? The memes should never die. Oh yeah, that's cool. He's never gone.
Dig it. Like next week is gonna be intense. It's gonna be like one of those courtroom.
You really think it's him, or do you think it's like someone posing as him?
Probably.
Remember that Christopher Chance guy?
Yeah, there you go.
You know,
that would be.
Maybe he was hired by.
Yeah.
Someone, or he could be actually alive because the Lazarus pits were mentioned.
That makes sense because
2 more Lazarus pits are still.
If Christopher Chance did that, because he looked out for Oliver while he was in the Bratva, so it would make sense. Maybe Anatoly's like, I need you to do this again.
Yeah,
that would be dope. I like that theory. That's pretty cool. Obviously, we love seeing Tommy Merlin. The fact that they even got Green Arrow on the stand is hilarious. But it's like,
oh, you showed me the clip of him in the Arrow suit. That's so sick. He's gonna be back.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
More often next season.
I dig it. Theories moving forward. Obviously, Laurel's alliance is going to shift because she cares about Lance. Same thing with Anatoly. They're gonna help Oliver. Anatoly's probably gonna die doing so. He'll die an honorable death, I'm sure. What else is there? The Renee will probably. I know his daughter Zoe said that she was okay with him being Wild Dog, but I don't think he should risk that, especially if he wants to spend more time with her. That's the point of.
Yeah, don't risk it for the biscuit.
Yeah,
he had 2 encounters of near death.
Yeah. And this,
don't push it. 3rd time's the charm. 3rd time you're gonna die.
And that way you don't annoy the shiz out of me. Like, end on a good note, you know?
Yeah.
End on a good note for the character.
Like, apologize to Oliver after he gets out of whatever situation he's in. And
help
then
him, too.
End it.
Yeah.
Just be like, I gotta just dip before I actually die.
Yeah. Because if he dies, then Curtis and Renee are going to have to be responsible for Zoe.
Yeah.
They're the ones that she knows.
And, his storyline on a happy note where he could just spend it with his kid.
I like that, yeah.
That's it. He was good while it lasted. It's like it's not even bittersweet. He's an a-hole right now. Just no. Never mind.
We will see. Maybe this is hinting at Supermax, but definitely Oliver's gonna break out of prison because there's no way that Star City can hold him. Like, he's just too damn good. Like, it took an off-site to hold Diggle. So imagine Oliver. Like, they're equally skilled. So they're gonna have to put him in like something like Supermax. So if he does manage to kill Diaz, they will probably still arrest him and put him in somewhere even bigger. And then that's why Katie Lotz returns, and all of them probably return because they're like, our mission is to break Oliver out. And then Nichols like, this sounds very familiar. And then everyone's like, are you for real? He did that for you. And then just like, like everyone bands together to save Oliver next season.
Yeah, that'd be so sick. I'm just thinking of all the scenes with, like, bringing Katie Lotz back.
Yeah.
You know, they not really complete the family again, but it'll
basically
be a cool way to
have everyone.
Yeah, rewrite the family storyline. That's cool, dude.
So maybe
cool.
and they could do it like this too, so that way it's not like everyone trying to save Oliver. It'll be like the three maybe protecting the city, and then Thea, Roy, and the Lances, the two sisters, helping to break Oliver out with Diggle.
This is a weird thing to think of, but it'd be cool. Is if by the end of the season they have, or beginning of next season, they have Laurel join the Legends as like a crash course on how to be a hero. So and it actually like helps build her character to actually be a lot nicer. Just imagine her talking to Ray, or her talking to Nate, and the both of them are just so like polar opposites. Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Like two happy guys talking to such a negative Nancy. Yeah. It'll actually change her as a character, because you see what happened to Mick.
Yeah,
why not that happen to her?
Super villain to superhero to legend. Yeah, that would be dope. As far as Dinah and Renee, I think they're safe for going into next season. They're actually kind of growing on me because they're not being so bitter about everything
Curtis
anymore.
And Renee, Curtis and Dinah. You said Dinah and Renee.
Damn it. Yeah, sorry. I'm getting all these names confused. Yeah, Dinah and Curtis. They really grew on me after these couple episodes because, like I said, they haven't been bitter about anything. They just kept moving forward.
I was about to call her Sarah. What?
See, it's hard. It's like...
Dinah. Jeez. Okay, yeah, Dinah is... She didn't say anything every time Oliver's name was mentioned. She kind of had to step back, and she, you know, it seems like she doesn't forgive him. It's like, what's the word?
She's just like okay with him.
Yeah,
like she's just like, okay, it already happened.
Do his thing.
Yeah. But hopefully that's how it goes. Honestly, Dragon did grow on me, but he's no Adrian Chase to me still. The fact that he nearly overtook the see, that's the thing. He did the Tobias thing from last season, but he kind of has the sort of like the in between the psychological sort of warfare with Oliver, like because it was all personal last season. Now it's more of like a grand scale of it's more broad as far as a target, but hopefully it goes down to a crazy beatdown this season, because and it better be damn fair. Oliver better have an arrow with him next time.
I want Oliver to break his face. Like, I literally want to see, like, endless, like, you heard that on his, like, body shots. They should have that on his face, just to hear cracking of skulls, you know?
Be able to a pulp. That would be dope. And then Katie Lotz, or not Katie Lotz, see,
Kate Cassidy.
Katie Cassidy's Laurel Earth 2 can burn him alive.
Yeah.
And then after that, peel his skin off with her sonic.
Yeah.
That's kind of graphic, but
bring back that dude that teased him in the orphanage, and then let him burn him alive.
Yeah. But he did.
We're psychotic. Just kidding.
But yeah, hopefully it kind of ends up that way, and then maybe next season they also do like the whole the other Lazarus pits. That would be a cool kind of like mid-season story starter.
In the comics, isn't Katana one of the guardians of the Lazarus Pit?
Here they made her a guardian of just she was something. She was a guardian of something.
Oh, flower?
Yeah.
Right? That rose or whatever?
Yeah. So maybe that's where one of them is.
What if the Lazarus Pit is within that?
Yeah.
You know, and they could bring her back.
I'm excited. There's a lot of stuff that Arrow can do, but is there anything else as far as series go moving forward?
No, sorry, just checking the time and seeing if it's okay.
Let's go ask the spirit.
I honestly gotta keep finding him. It's
All right.
very hard to.
Where are you at, man? Come
Hey,
on.
could you search like somewhere on that side? Because I can't. I honestly can't, dude.
Oh my god, it's so good. You see it? Fire! Okay, the next episode, man, like it can't get here soon enough. Whoa.
That's pretty accurate.
You haven't disliked anything. That's good.
Yeah.
That's very good.
Very
Not being
good.
picky
Very
this
good.
season.
Very good. Very good. Everything's still recording. Yeah.
Favorite episode this week?
Huh.
I have to give it
Dude.
to Krypton. It was
Yeah?
between Krypton and Arrow for me. Yeah, honestly.
Supergirl was pretty good.
Yeah, that was pretty good too.
Because the suit.
I'll give it to Krypton. Oh, yeah, I'll still give it to Krypton.
You're like, yeah, I'm agree with you now. For me, it'd have to be either Supergirl or Arrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those are two good episodes.
Fudge. I have to pick, though. I think Arrow.
Okay.
Yeah. It
Nice.
shows honor and dishonor, you know?
You will bring dishonor to us all. I'm sorry. You guys don't know what that's from. I'm sorry.
Mulan.
Hashtag. Okay, here's the hashtag. God damn it. I
Oh,
didn't
no,
write it
I'm
down
going to
again.
just put my mic down because
Alright.
I don't want to take part in this.
All right. Hashtag super valor. Ralph lives. Doomsday. Capuchon.
Very nice.
There you go. That actually made more sense than the last ones did.
I totally forgot the entire hashtag.
Yeah, good thing I did it piece by piece. I'm not
Yeah.
repeating. I'll start writing it down. I just keep forgetting.
Yeah, and we'll start doing timestamps as well.
Yeah. Sorry.
We're getting back into the swing of things
Yeah,
of getting extra things done with that thing.
So with that being said, you guys go leave a comment down below what you thought about the episodes, your theories of what's to come, and go leave a like if you enjoyed.
Be sure to check out our social medias, our Instagram, where we post the speedros on Superhero Sundays, and our Stardust, where we do live reactions. We've got his beautiful pace on it every day. It's pretty much every weekday, right?
Pretty much every day, yeah.
You guys want to see our reactions? Be sure to download Stardust, the app. If you guys want to be featured in the front of these videos, you can tag us on the app at Justice Clubhouse with an HAUS, and you guys will definitely be featured before these podcasts.
And to those who have been doing that, thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate ya.
They're hilarious.
Yeah.
And with that being said, you guys, we shall see you in the next one. Bye.
It's not gonna work. Timing's not